Ryuki, did you bring your nachos? Because I think we're about to finish this. We're going to continue on. To be quite honest, I already recorded a little bit beforehand, and to continue going, but I didn't hear any game audio, like the music or anything. That maybe it's just how it is, but I was really expecting the music, but I don't know. We will see. So here we go. Let's hope we get all the details. I met up with Shijo, and we went to the place marked on the map. Again, no game music. And the only sounds heard were our own footsteps. I guess that's supposed to... I guess that thing. We finally made it to the appointed place. I can't remember the word right now. Is it right here? Yeah. It ended up being a deserted park, illuminated slightly by some nearby lampposts. It seems nobody will be disturbed by whatever ends up happening. It's about 5 minutes till midnight. It's almost time. Is Kana really the one behind this whole thing? I couldn't possibly imagine it. But it's the truth. You can't deny it. You mentioned on the way over here your best friend was killed by this game, right? Yes. I'm almost positive that was the case. He probably made a mistake early on in the game. I told Shijo about my main concern for finding out the mystery and why I was putting my neck out on the line to beat the game. Hearing about this, how I lost my best friend, Akira responded with a sad expression. Even though it brought back an emotional memory, it wasn't Akira's fault because he didn't know. So what do you think about Kana? I mean, being in the hospital in a coma. Will you still visit her if she remains that way? It's true that Mahashi misunderstood everything from the beginning, and the coma stemmed from it. While she misunderstood, it doesn't excuse what she did. Although I haven't heard it from her yet, I'm fairly certain it's the truth. Shijo naturally wants to protect Mahashi. I would like to think that tonight will end on a happy note, but I'm not sure what's going to happen. Yeah. Do you think it would be a good idea if you watched from behind cover? Why? In case I was suddenly attacked. In that case, you can get away in time. I couldn't leave you behind. Please, just listen to me. I don't want both of us to die. No more sacrifices in vain. It can't be helped. I'll do as you say. Shijo took cover behind a bush like I asked. I glanced at my wristwatch. It's almost midnight. And the time was midnight on the dot. I took a deep breath and called out in a raised voice. Mahashi, are you there? If you're here, come out. My voice echoes through the night. Then I felt a slight presence. The evil spirit, the cursed shadow. A form blacker than the night sky appeared before me. It was identical to the cursed shadow that appeared in Bad End. The one responsible for Yuji's death. Finally, I meet you at last. You're surely behind this twisted game. I knew I was right. I said this bravely for someone who wasn't harmed. I'm sure if I attacked it in any way, it wouldn't hurt the thing at all. Whatever may happen, fighting probably isn't an option. Will I make it out of this alive? It's not looking good, but I want to know the truth, or have to know the truth. I made it to the spot that you said. Now start talking. I want to know everything. Although I probably have a good idea of what's happening. Really. Odd. Is it truly surprised by this? There's no way you could understand. What do you know about me? I I take the initiative and explain what I know. I'll tell you exactly what you've done wrong, and what are accountable for. I'll tell you about the tragedy that you caused. Mahashi paused for a moment to let it sink in. Woo. Akira is a lover, my one and only. Koko, how dare you betray me? It's all a misunderstanding. Charjr couldn't take it anymore and sprung from his hiding place. Kana. Oh, Akira, my darling. Akira. Akira, my Akira. This is all a misunderstanding. Kana, I could never abandon you. The only time I could talk was at that time, and Koko was the only person I could think of. Because I love you. I couldn't tell you about the meeting. It would have hurt too much. Please believe me, Kana. Then Mahashi began to tremor intensely. The space around her became warped. What was the dark shadow that slowly took shape in the form of a woman? Whoa. The next moment, the words from Mahashi came out with a blood-curdling scream. I don't believe you! Kana, this thing is one and the same as the original Mahashi. Even all this time after the incident, all the negative feelings pent up have gone out of control. The result is the evil being that stands before us. Koko, you betrayed me. She's nothing but a slut. Is that the real reason? Because Koko is a man-eater? To look down upon her? Yes, Koko is that type of woman. Human. You haven't answered any of my questions. Why did you kill the other players? You had no right to do so. I'm trapping Koko Soul into the game. She'll never get out. The truth is, whenever someone dies as a result of a bad end, Koko Soul bears the brunt of it with dire consequences. She's punished for their mistakes, then Koko bears a grudge against the player, and she in turn murders that person. This was the whole purpose of my game, but I'm the one that actually killed them. How could you do such a selfish thing? The player's last thought before they died was, it was Koko. She was the monster. Then I showed the entirety of the transpired to Koko Soul, and she would break down, crying. Everything was meant to torment Koko. I see now. I knew that there had to have been a bigger reason for this whole plot, but did Yuji have to die because of this demon's selfish acts? Kana, please, you've done enough. No more, please. How do we wake Kana and Koko? Tell us. That's not possible. What? The title of the game is Bad End, so that means there's no happy endings. You can't be serious. Damn it. Stop messing around. All your hopes just got dashed away into despair. Now die! An overwhelming darkness races at us like a rapid beast. This is it. I'm done for. I'm no match for her even if I resist. I'm going to die here. Damn. I'm too young to die. I just want to shout this. But it all seemed hopeless. If anything, it felt good to die knowing Yuji was killed. You have done well, Kyohei. What are they? She just screamed and edged back. Then the area around Mahashi started changing, something it obviously didn't like. I'm gonna take a drink. Wait, those are... Kyohei. What's that voice? Yuji, is that you? We have been waiting all this time to fight back against the one who murdered us. I won't forgive you. I won't forgive you. Die, die, die! I'll kill you. I'll kill you. I'll shred you into teeny tiny pieces. They are the souls of the dead people killed by bad end. They must seek revenge. They've held grudges for too long. Karma is a bitch. Stop it! Mahashi struggles and tries to resist desperately, but the souls of the dead people persist and keep at Mahashi's body, slowly cutting her down. Help. Help, Akira! Shijo is aghast of the scene playing out before him, but he gritted his teeth and shouted, "The one who I'm going to help is the real Kana in the hospital. You're the reason that Kana is suffering through this nightmare. Just die already." "No, you're wrong. It's me, Kana. The real Kana. I'm right here." Nachos. Behold the power of nachos. An unintelligible string of words erupted from Mahashi in a death cry. Then she vanished. The souls of the dead people had vanished as well. Ryuji. Even though I call out to him, I can't hear his voice. Did he pass on to the afterlife? Is he resting in peace? It seems that now I can finally pray that his soul may rest in peace for eternity. About Kana and Coco. They're probably free from the curse. That evil spirit was truly terrified. I'm still shaken by the whole thing. I agree. It was all totally unbelievable. They even came to me in my dreams, urging me to keep playing Bad End. At one time now, I thought they were haunting or cursing me. But that assumption was quickly laid to rest. They were wishing to be freed from the curse as well. It's finally over. Let's go check on them. It's very late now. It'll be soon dawn. Alright. I opened the mobile phone to have a look. Then I watched as the Bad End icon slowly dissolved from the screen. It was as though I never downloaded it at all. If you guys would like to see more of this and me to experience all the other endings, or for us to experience all the other endings together, then please let me know in the comments down below. And always, bring some nachos. Morning eventually came without me sleeping a week. I know how that feels. I laid out for school again and met Shijo in front of the hospital. Hi, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, you couldn't sleep either. Huh. You look like a zombie. Besides the restlessness, his eyes were glimmering with anticipation. I've waited for this day to come. It's truly a miracle in itself. I was informed before coming that Kana and Coco really have awakened. Alright. Shijo and I made our way into the hospital and went through the same procedure as last time. We were finally called on to visit Mahashi's room. Kana. Akira. Mahashi was placid and pale, stared at her boyfriend from her bed. Thank you for coming. Hey, That's my line. I've waited so long for you to wake up. Her eyes catch my face incidentally. Who's that guy? It seems she doesn't remember anything about the incident. He's a good friend of mine. He was really worried about you too. Shijo gestures to follow his lead. I nodded in silence. So what were you about to say? It looked like you were going to say something. What I was going to tell you about what had happened, it was all a misunderstanding. Of course I know that. There's no way you'd betray me like that. Coco wouldn't do that. She wouldn't betray me. Mahashi's eyes started to get moist and the tears rolled down her cheeks. I was filled with selfishness. After the accident caused so much trouble. No, it's okay. It's over now. Will you hear me out? I had a very scary dream. I was frozen in place. Mahashi's scary dream. What kind of dream did you have? Mahashi gave an apologetic expression with tear-streaked eyes. In my dream, I had become a terrible monster. Though I don't remember it in detail, it was very disturbing. I was so scared. I believe a large number of people died because of me. If word of this got around, there was no way anyone else would believe it. But what she described is exactly what happened at Bad End. Mahashi's misplaced wrath was responsible for the murder of a large number of people due to that game. Please. It was a dream. Tell me it was just a dream. Of course it was. Shijo made eye contact with me as to follow along. I nodded again. The visiting hours finally ended, and we had to leave. Shijo spoke up. I'm sorry, but I know, it's for the best. I don't mean to hold a grudge against her for what happened. It was all a series of misfortunes. Thank you so much for understanding. It means a great deal to me. Thank you again. Come on, let's go check up on Coco. Akira. Hi, long time no see. Coco Iwasaki. I immediately recognized her from the game. She was just as pretty as in the game. My heart started throbbing unintentionally. Did you skip out on classes just to come see me? I heard that Kana had awakened. There was no way anything could have stopped me from coming right away. Kana too? I knew it. Knew what? Maybe she... You never stayed in contact, have you? You said you didn't see her since childhood, right? Well, yeah, you're right. That's right. Speaking of which, I explained that I'm actually a friend of Iwasaki. This was awkward. What should I do to make sense of this? Kyohei. You knew it. So you remembered? Yes, I remember it all. That's good to hear. Shijo is actually misunderstanding a bit. In actuality, Iwasaki and I aren't acquaintances at all. Iwasaki remember the event from Bad End, unlike Mahashi. Listen, I want to be alone with Inui for a moment. Alright, so you two are pretty close, huh? Possibly. You two kept a promise for the future? With that remark, Shijo left the room. Thank you for your help. So you didn't forget what happened in the events of Bad End. Yes, unfortunately, I remember it all. For several months, I was tormented beyond anything you could imagine. My soul was torn from my body by that game, and I could only sit and helplessly watch. Every time a player killed me in the game, I felt intense pain, and the wrath of Kana's spirit attacked the player. The player mistook it for me holding a grudge, and as a result was killed. I was in so much pain. It's just as the shadow had said. Iwasaki had suffered so much pain and torment, but then help came and you decided to play the game and saved my life. The truth is, I played the game because I wanted to know what killed my best friend. No matter what the risk was, I needed to know. You persevered to the end and helped me. Thank you so much. Iwasaki laughed calmly. Her smile immediately set me at ease. But there is still something I need to ask her. Do you have any resentment towards Nahashi? No, Kana was not the one responsible for tormenting me. I had fallen victim to someone's bad intentions by pure chance. That's actually a relief. It seems she doesn't remember that detail of bad end. It's probably for the best to keep the secret to myself. I don't hold a grudge against her for what happened. Okay? Phew. So with that, everything is settled. So I guess my business here is done. I guess I'll say goodbye to Iwasaki. For some reason, I feel a deep sense of longing. A sense of loneliness. Listen, Inui. Will you come visit me again? Huh? What did she just say? Just like Kana and her boyfriend, I want someone to be with. Someone to visit me and spend time with me and talk to. That would truly make me happy. I see. Captivated by her beauty, there was no way I could decline. Then I suddenly recalled, if a player had cleared bad end, there was a reward waiting at the end. Maybe this is what it meant, after all. The incentive for players to play the game. But I never imagined that the reward would be in this form. Then, sometime later, you seem to be in high spirits lately. Oh, I'm finally dating... Wait, what? Kaname's face registered shock that I had never seen him do before. Why are you so surprised? There's still some good guys left, you know. Let's think about that line for a second. There's a lot of good guys left. A lot of those good guys, ladies, are in your friend zone. A lot of those good guys, quite a few, are the ones that you've rejected. But I'm not just saying this for the guys, for all the good guys. I'm also saying that towards the guys who did who did the exact same thing that you girls do. Because there's also some good girls out there as well. But they're also stuck in friend zones or completely rejected. Instead of giving them a bad end, why not give them a chance? A chance to prove themselves. Give them a good ending instead of a bad one. I'm pretty sure all you people out there know what I mean by that. Because a lot of people out in this world, in this generation, from younger to my age to older, a little bit older, they seem to forget the real meaning of a relationship. The true meaning. Because it's not about money. It's not about all the fun you do in the bedroom. It's not about someone's appearances or what they're like. It's about the bond you share with that person. It's that 4-letter word. Love. I want you guys to think about that. do that as a favor for me. Why are you so surprised? There's still some good guys left, you know? I see. So you finally let it go. Yuji's circumstances and all. Oh, it was really good. I really owe you a lot, thank you. Oh, owe me? What did I do? It was due to Kaname that I was able to make the initial contact with her. He had seen how depressed I was and invited me out for some sweets. Without that, I might not have found out the truth. So I was able to track her down quicker than expected. Kyohei. Hey, Coco. It was only until recently that I started using an informal way of addressing her. I now call her by her first name, Coco. Everywhere we went, everyone immediately knew we were a pair. How is your body feeling? It's doing better. I can go out much longer due to getting my strength back. In the hospital, her muscles had atrophied to the point where she couldn't even stand up. With rehabilitation, her strength slowly returned. Rehabilitation, good grief. For the past week is when she was finally able to walk again. Shijo insists that Coco is still immature, but I think the whole experience changed her. In my opinion, I think it's made her a bit more assertive, with a plus. It helps her self-esteem. Kana and Akira seem to be going steady now as well. Yeah, I agree. Shall we go on a double date one of these days? You know, that's not such a bad idea. Kana Mahashi, her rehabilitation is going also well. Each day is progressively better. Shijo is constantly inspiring her and helping her out, so I don't have to worry. By the way, Bad End has completely disappeared. Yeah, the game's webpage is also gone as well. The author is gone and the game has somehow cursed us with its existence again, thank goodness. From that day, Bad End had completely disappeared from the internet. The devoted posters on the BBS anonymity board had been wanting a copy were sad, but if only they knew what was in store for them, they would have stayed the hell away from it from the start. Do you think a game like that will be made again? I honestly don't know. Even if there was, I'd never play it. That's a relief. If you die without me, I'll be all alone. Coco folded her arms around over me and gave me a warm embrace. I lost my best friend to this whole tragedy, but in the end, I was happy. If I learned anything, is that a small misunderstanding can make a mountain out of a molehill. That was just part of human nature. Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if something similar to Bad End was created again someday. Hopefully it would get deleted before anyone got injured or worse, killed. All I could do is pray that it wouldn't come to that. And I believe that is the end of Bad End. The good ending. The one good ending I know for a fact is in this game. I mean, it's available on Steam if anyone would like to play it. I mean, the growth of characters seems really low and really lame, but story-wise and how it's in the animation, I guess, and the design of the characters and how it all looks is all pretty good. I mean, the story itself is pretty good, and it also could have been done so much better, but still, I've grown pretty interested in this game. I would at least give this game at least a 7. And the music itself is pretty darn good. I mean, the moments ending number 14, true end. Booyah! Wait a minute. It's said that there is a game in which a person that dies in the game will also die in real life. I'm playing it right now. So what's the title of this game? You're next! Is that a hint for another one? Look at all these endings. This is like the 14th ending, so there's always this must be different endings, but that is the end of this game. I would at least give this game a 7. But because of the characters, the growth of the characters seems a bit lame and how some of the things have been played out, I would give this game also a 6, at least a 6.5. But overall, I'd give it a 7. Thank you for playing. Your score evaluation is as follows. This evaluation is based on the first playthrough. Being such, you probably made a few wrong decisions, which is natural, which is true. And sometimes I did that purposely, like I've done in the other episode, and the episodes beforehand, where I made the wrong choice purposely, just to see how it played out, and when you're about to die, I would immediately reload a save. That might be wrong, but that's how I was playing through the game. But obviously, this game knows that. But I didn't expect an evaluation to happen. Okay, this is unexpected, but let's click. The evaluation is decided by how many times you encountered bad end from the start to finish. The final score is not influenced by a second playthrough and onwards. The score is permanent on the first playthrough. We appreciate your understanding. It's understandable. So don't feel like you did poorly based on the score. The only way to get to the highest possible score is to not make a single mistake. Which is pretty good, but because I saved before I made those mistakes, I'm pretty sure still would count against me. But now for your evaluation. Rank Super. 2 thumbs up. You cleared the game without Kyuhei dying a single time. You're definitely a very lucky person and know your games. Thank you very much. But I've already admitted playing through the games. I mean, my very first choice was very lucky. I just click and I got it. But I also got into the habit of saving before I made the choices. So if I found that I made a wrong choice, I'd reload the save and then go back. And that's how I did things until you had limited choices. And I would still do it, but then I would automatically know that, okay, this choice is a bad choice, but let's see how it goes through here. But then, okay, so that's also a bad ending, so let's reload the save and go back to see what actually is supposed to be played out. So, thank you. I mean, if the developer was actually planning on making another one that's related to bad end, or anything, that'd be pretty nice to see, and can also could I guess you guys can work on growth of the characters just a little bit. I mean, everything else looks pretty good. I mean, the story could have been done just a tad bit better. I mean, things could have played out just a little bit better. But if you want to but I would keep how the choices were made. If you're gonna do it the exact same, just as bad end, with how it's based off of your choices and how you have to use your head, even though you're pretty much taking a guess every time you click on a choice. I would keep that because that's actually pretty good. It makes the player think and also get into the game, get into the story. So overall, I think this is still a pretty good game. But I would like to see if the developer would make any more, or to have any other ideas. So, anyway, I am Charjr Ryuki, and I will see you guys next time. I'm going to see, just before I end this video, if there's any more. And if there's not, I want to thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to bring your nachos. And if you'd like to see the other endings, let me know in the comments down below. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.